Today All Day. We've got a great show for you on this Wednesday morning, including an all-day exclusive chat you can only see here. But let's kick it off with Pop Start. Saturday Night Live had a historic 46th season, getting 20 episodes on the air with COVID safety protocols, and Peacock was there to capture it all. We have the exclusive first look at Peacock's Stories from the Show, a look back at SNL season 46. Check it out.
Best time.
Okay, let's go, Chanel.
We have some good stuff for you this morning.
Okay.
Start.
All right, ready.
We will start with Saturday Night Live after a historic 46th season where the cast and crew worked through COVID safety protocols to get all 20 episodes on the air. They're taking a step back to appreciate the season that was. We have an exclusive first look at the Peacock special. It's called Stories from the Show, a look back at SNL season 46. In it, the cast, crew, and Lorne Michaels share what it was like getting this unusual season of television on the air. Here's a peek.
What's going on?
Hey. Well, you start. You're the smart one.
Let me go.
Okay.
Okay?
You go.
Okay. This season...
This is what this season's been like.
I would say in a normal week of making the show, it's normal to cry once or twice. And in a pandemic version of making the show, you might cry every day. And that's comedy.
See this. You can see stream Stories from the Show for free starting tomorrow on Peacock. They have a lot to give. Next up, our very own Craig Melvin. Craig's out today on assignment, but last night he stopped by The Late Show with Stephen Colbert to talk about his new book, Pops. And during their conversation, listen to this, Craig revealed he credits his career to a chat he had with Stephen years ago on a flight to New York to interview at NBC News. Here's why Craig says that chance encounter changed his life.
You talked about how when you got the call to go to The Daily Show, how up until that point you were writing for some sitcoms and you weren't killing it. And then you became Stephen Colbert. And I remember in that moment thinking, if this guy can do it, if this guy can make it,
you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Seriously.
You're welcome.
It was the pep talk that the kid from Columbia, South Carolina, desperately needed.
How great is that?
Sweet.
Yeah. Go back and watch the whole interview.
Yeah.
It is spectacular.
Craig knocked it out of the
Really
park.
good. Craig kills it.
He did.
And Colbert, look, two guys from South Carolina.
I know.
Yeah.
I love that. They got a real bond.
So there you go. We can thank Stephen Colbert for Craig. Finally, Rachel Zegler, the star of Steven Spielberg's upcoming West Side Story remake, just landed another iconic role. Zegler is set to play Snow White in Disney's live-action reimagining of the 1937 animated film. Huge news for someone who hasn't yet to make her official big screen debut. Prior to being cast as Maria in West Side Story, Zegler had never acted professionally before. She just had this beautiful voice. She was 17 years old, from New Jersey, beat out more than 30,000 other actresses for this role. And you may remember, this was a sweet moment back in April when she recorded herself seeing the trailer for the first time.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God! I'm in a movie!
That's pretty cool. Production for Snow White is set to start next year. We're rooting for her. And Spielberg's West Side Story hits theaters in December.
You're in 2 movies. I know.
It's good to feel someone else's joy.
Yes, it is.
Welcome back. Today on the third hour, Al takes a trip to Sesame Street and meets the 2 newest neighbors. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Wes.
Hey, everybody, I'm Elijah Walker.
Hi, Elmo's name is Elmo.
There are 2 new neighbors in the neighborhood. It is so great to meet you, Wes and Elijah. And Elmo, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Mr. Welcome.
While Sesame has always celebrated differences and diversity, a father and son tackle a tough issue, race. Why was it important to address race and differences now?
After what happened last summer, we knew that we needed to be more explicit about talking about race because children and families needed it.
With Sesame's Coming Together initiative, creating the ABCs of racial literacy, seeing the issue as Sesame always does, through the eyes of a young child. 5-year-old Wes and his meteorologist dad Elijah's experiences, but starting with the basics.
Elmo wants to know why Wes's skin is brown.
Oh, I know why, Elmo. My mom and dad told me. It's because of melanin. Right, Dad?
That's right.
Melanin? What's that?
Well, melanin is something that we each have inside our bodies that make the outside of our bodies the skin color that it is. It also gives us our eye and our hair color.
Experts say children begin to notice the differences in race in infancy and start forming their own sense of identity at a very young age. So Sesame decided to tackle race and racism head on. One of the great things about Sesame Street is that people accept people for who they are. But Wes, there have been times where people have done things or said things that didn't make you feel good.
There was one time at my old school when I wanted to be the pretend guitarist, but they said that I couldn't be the pretend guitarist because of the way that I look, because people who look like me should be rappers because they rap the best. And that wasn't very nice. It made me feel really bad. But then I talked to my dad, and he told me that I could be whatever I wanted to be.
A study commissioned by Sesame Workshop of parents with kids ages 6 to 11 reported that 42% had personally experienced discrimination. Nearly 2/3 of those with black children reporting racist incidents. So to help, Sesame created videos like Breathe, Feel, Share to help kids have open conversations about race and racism.
Breathe. To calm down. Feel. Notice how I'm feeling and say it. And then share. Tell a grown-up what happened.
For the grown-ups watching, a guide to help with those tough conversations. Elijah, I've had to have difficult talks with my kids, but it's particularly tough when you've got to talk to a 4 or 5-year-old about race. How difficult is that?
Yeah, we talk about being proud of things. We talk about things that make us unique, and we talk about some of the difficulties that can come.
Were you surprised that after all this time, you still have to have those conversations?
I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed sometimes. But things do seem like they're getting better, but we want to make sure that we equip our kids with the tools that they need to talk about and to exist in this world.
Teaching these lessons through Sesame characters allows for a directness, a lack of nuance that young kids are looking for.
It was important for us to make sure that people understood not only what was right, which is what we were modeling, but also what was wrong. And so this initiative is trying to really represent that for children and to use language that families and children feel comfortable with.
And since Elijah and I share a fondness for forecasts, the weather report seems somewhat similar across the country. Ernie's Grove, Washington, 88 degrees.
A perfect weather to float your rubber ducky.
That's right. Grover Beach, California, 88 degrees.
And that's just super.
Bird City, Kansas, 88 degrees.
Oh, man, I'd like to get out to the park and feed the pigeons.
88 degrees in Oscar, Minnesota.
Well, hopefully it'll get some rain. I know Oscar would love that.
Welcome back. Today on Hoda and Jenna, an update on our fierce Spanx debate from yesterday. Plus, Hoda's conversation with Bobbie Thomas, who's sharing her journey of grief and gratitude. Take a look.
30,000 people weighed in on Instagram. So here are the possible looks. Remember these?
Okay, those are Hoda's looks.
Oh, yeah, those. And those are Jenna's, the cute floral, the high neck, and the other one. Okay.
Yes. Okay,
and the one with stripes and stripes.
Well,
ready?
Drum roll, please. 1, 2,
and 3.
Ta-da!
Twins! Y'all picked us with matchy-matchy, so thank you very much.
I mean, we really do match. This is how you and Kathy Lee used to dress.
We did?
You kind of matched.
We did. Sometimes we wore the exact same color. But you know what I realized? When I remember what Kat used to say, like, the only thing you don't want to be is totally distracting when someone's watching.
Are we distracting now?
I don't know. Maybe. Have you ever been to a wedding or somewhere and you're like, oh my God, you have the exact same dress?
Yes, that's this moment.
I know, but I never cared. Did you? You didn't care.
I don't care, but I do think there's something about being a twin because my mom did dress us alike till we were like 14.
So you're feeling it right now?
You just kind of lose
My Barbara.
Yes, you're Barbara. By the way, next week we have a very special Tuesday. It's viewers' choice. We're going to have outfits that you all sent.
That you wanted us to see.
That's
I think it's
kinda
cool.
fun.
I like that. All right, it's time for a follow-up for a very important discussion that we had. It erupted into a huge, major deal yesterday.
It really did. And really, the question is that people all over New York are talking about this morning after a debate.
Fierce.
Yeah, fierce. Should you wear underwear under your Spanx? The answer is no.
The answer is yes, okay? Because I'm not skanky and rank, that I don't wear.
Did you just call me rank?
No, because your Spanx get rank if you don't wear undies.
My Spanx get washed.
When
I choose to.
How often?
Once a week.
You know what really grossed me out, which I was thinking about, since we're on this horrible topic anyway.
I know, I feel like my mom probably is turning the
channel. She's about to click off mute right now, but this is one of those things. So my sister bought me a bathing suit.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
which
gosh.
I loved. So I got the So I got the bathing suit, and once you get a new bathing suit, for women, they have like this plastic thing that they put so that, when different people. But here's what you have to do. You have to peel it off. So somebody has to peel off that panel and throw it in the trash. I had to do that the other day, and I got to tell you, I was triple gagging.
Can I tell you something
because you have to get rid of it.
Something even worse, and this shows you how.
Wait, are we about to lose all of our viewers?
No, we're not. But
just hang on, and then we're going to be done with this.
I'm just going to tell you, this is sort of how speedy it is to get to the pool. In my own home, I myself bought a new swimsuit. Yeah. I thought I looked so cute. I put on the thing. I get in the pool. I'm holding 17 kids.
Yeah, and. It was
all
still
of a
in
sudden, the little plastic thing floated. And Puppy goes, Mommy, you have a sticker on. And pulled it, and the sticker was back.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're sorry, and we're not going to do this anymore after today. Okay, so here are the latest numbers on the Twitter poll. Should you or should you not wear underwear with Spanx?
Okay.
The answer, you're winning.
52.2%. I just want to let everybody know, thank you for voting for me. I would like to thank Sara Blakely, who created the Spank, and all of you who...
Oh, is that Sara?
Is it Sara Blakely?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is!
Okay,
Sarah,
okay,
I just was thanking you in my acceptance speech.
Wait, Sarah, you have to really help us, okay? Because there's rarely a day I don't have my Spanx on. In fact, I just ordered from Dillard's the Spanx white jeans because I love those. However, because it's the only place that had a large. I literally went all over the internet yesterday. Everybody sold out of large white jeans.
By the way, I have them in black and they're fantastic.
No, and they're frayed at the bottom. Okay. But back to this. Should people wear underwear under the Spanx? Don't say anything, Jenna.
Sarah, I think you earlier.
Please.
I am here to say, to solve the great panty debate. And I have never been a lifeline on whether you should wear underwear or not before, so this is exciting. But I will say that when I created Spanx 20 years ago, I designed them, and I'm glad you guys are talking about this because the nation's divided. But, drum roll, I designed them so you don't wear underwear under them.
Call Savannah! Call my mother! Thank you!
But Sarah, wait, there's more. Okay.
Listen, you're both right.
No,
because
let her finish.
Look, half the women wear underwear under it, and so that's fine too. But I went to great lengths when I created this for the right crotch. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know where to go for a crotch. I literally looked in the yellow pages under crotch to find the original crotch for Spanx.
Wait,
it's not
you
under
just said
crotch. It's under
4 times.
It's okay. We can pay the
It's
FCC
under
fine.
a fancy word called gusset. But anyway, we have an easy access gusset, as you called a hole, which is hilarious,
Oh my
Jenna.
gosh.
Well, that is a hole.
Hold on. But can I ask a question? Ooh. Okay. Can I ask a question? How often should Jenna be washing her shapewear, given that she doesn't wear undies? And just as a side note, Sarah, not to be judgy, but she doesn't wear them with jeans either.
Wait, no, one minute, Sarah. Let me just also comment. I wear them like I wear my heels, as my girl Oprah taught me. I wear them only for the hour. And Oprah agrees with me. I wear them only for the hour on the show, and then I usually just let everything hang out.
Even so, though, would you just put old
But I'm very clean. I've just gotten out of the shower.
So,
Sarah,
how often should she be washing them?
I don't think I'm going to go there. That is such a personal decision. Jenna's got to embrace how often she wants to wash her Spanx.
That's good. You just be you. You be you.
You know what, Hoda? You really supported me in this moment. But I also want to just thank Sara, and I want to thank the voters.
You know what? This is not an Oscar. You did not. I want to thank the Emmy voters.
Hoda.
What? Yes, darling.
Hoda,
Oh,
for
Lord.
you.
What's that?
Oh, that's a thong.
We created
undies?
Spanx. Yeah, these are Spanx understatements, and they're like the world's best light thong. They're breathable.
Wait, now, but did he give? I'm sorry, Sara, to interrupt you. Does he give you still the support that us?
No, this is just if you don't want to wear your Spanx without underwear.
Okay.
We've got you covered.
And
we've got you covered.
Can I just say,
They're
y'all
called
need
understatements.
Okay, I love them, but y'all need to get more of the white jeans, please. I mean, I've been on every. I had to go to Dillard's. That was the. I mean,
Dillard's
I love
is my favorite
Well, I love
place,
Dillard's,
the
but
bra
as I was going through, I was like, oh my gosh, the only pair of large jeans are at Dillard's. So thank you.
Yeah,
don't
thank
forget.
you.
I got to tell you, I put on my Instagram last night your debate yesterday, and the nation is truly divided. So this is what I'm going to do. If anybody's watching and they want to go to @Sara Blakely on Instagram, all you do in my last post of you guys is put team panties or team no panties, and I'm going to pick a bunch of you, and I'm going to send you Spanx and understatements. So you're covered no matter where you fall.
Okay. Well, Sara, we love you.
Sara,
thank you. You're so much fun.
You guys are hilarious. Thank you for bringing this to the forefront of America.
You know what?
Women have been confused.
It's a very important day, and we appreciate
we
you.
try to stay on the news. Okay, that's what we try to do.
No, really.
Thank you, Sara.
Thank you, Sara. See you
Okay.
soon.
Bye, Sara.
Bye, Sara. All right.
Okay. By the way, that was the coolest.
And we didn't know she was calling in. I just thanked her in the acceptance speech because she invented the Spanx.
By the way, she just by doing something like she did.
Yes.
That was such a. Can you believe that she created
No,
Spanx?
she's an incredible woman.
She's an incredible entrepreneur. Hats off to her.
Maybe we'll give a real story about her. As we say around here often, we are a family. We celebrate each other's happiness and we mourn each other's losses.
Yeah, we sure do. And throughout the 15 years that she's been with our show, there's been a lot to celebrate for our dear friend and today's style editor, Bobbie Thomas. But over the last 6 months, we've mourned with her since the untimely passing of her beloved husband, Michael Marion. Before they were married, Michael was diagnosed with an immune deficiency. And while Bobbie realized Michael may not live to 90, she never imagined that he'd pass away at just 44 years old. I sat down with Bobbie, and she shared her journey, and it's one of loss and grief, but also of resilience and gratitude.
I wake up trying to find some T-shirts that still smell like Michael. Which ones weren't washed, you know? I've never been more in love with him.
Really?
More in love now.
Their love story began in 2008 when Bobbie first met Michael. She was fiercely independent.
The idea of marriage had scared me so much. I mean, even when he proposed to me, I mean, he would be screaming right now. I said, yes, but can I have 30 days? And I remember thinking, is he gonna like take it back? But instead he said, okay. And then 2 days later he woke up and he was like, 28 more days to go. And that was him. He just was so positive and optimistic. He carried that through the hardest challenges that no one should have to go through.
The kind of challenges traditional wedding vows include for better or for worse.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Shortly after their fairy tale wedding in 2013, Bobbie and Michael publicly shared their very personal journey to parenthood.
It takes a village to raise children, but to make them too.
We celebrated alongside them when they revealed they were expecting.
Can we say that again? Bobbie is pregnant.
She is pregnant.
Thank God. Yes. Thank God.
And when they welcomed little Miles into the world. But 4 years later, in 2019, hardship would follow.
I remember how jarring it was for us to learn that Michael, when he was just 40 years old, he's on a business trip and suddenly he collapses, and you later learn that he had a stroke.
My heart dropped out. I mean, you become one person, and it felt so unfair.
Doctors told Bobbie a full recovery was uncertain. But even in the face of adversity, Michael never lost his determination.
That's it. That's better.
Michael recovered, And it's so important that we focus on recovery. He went from not walking, not talking, to learning to talk again, getting out of his wheelchair and actually walking. And it was unbelievable. I mean, it was really unbelievable to even the doctors that he continued to overcome and was about to return to work.
But in the fall of 2020, unrelated to the stroke, Michael developed a bacterial infection.
It was 5 weeks in the ICU, and it was just one thing after the other, like a domino effect. So when things just increasingly became problematic, it seemed as if we were up against the impossible. It was multiple organ failure. And besides the very worst memory of my whole life of seeing his last was having to look at his parents and his mom. I will never, ever be able to love anyone more deeply, and I will do anything for them and his family and his sister. His parents are the strongest, and in the face of losing their son, they were there trying to console me.
Now, Bobbie is trying to console others and help them navigate the very same path she's still figuring out herself.
It's important to say out loud for myself and for others that you have to give yourself the grace to not try and fix it, the pain. Because so often we are in a position where, pain is uncomfortable. The pain is so precious to me. It's my connection to him. And it's like, I don't want the hurt to go away because it gets further away. And that sounds crazy to say out loud, but I'm starting to embrace that. And if I can do anything to tell other people who are going through this, because I know how alone I feel and I have so much support, it's to not feel like the problem.
The pain that you're feeling, that you're going through, the loss is fresh. It was December.
See, and in my mind, I have this clock ticking and I think, oh my gosh, it's 6 months. You should be better. You should be fixed. And I really appreciate as humans that we want to do that. But it is really hard to learn how to carry something.
What struck me is not only are people trying to fix your pain, your son's trying to fix your pain. He's trying to heal you.
That's the most painful because I'm his mom. And he is at 5 looking for solutions. One night at bedtime, he asked me, who invented it and why? And I thought he was going to ask me about a truck or something. Yeah. And he said, this life. I was stunned. Yeah. And he's like, I just don't understand why we all can't be angels. And he was still trying to figure out how we could all be together.
These days, Bobbie is holding on to Miles even tighter, focusing not on what she's lost, but on the gifts Michael has given her.
Oh my gosh!
For as long as I've known you, you've spoken about gratitude. Can you still find gratitude?
It's my compass. Like, a lot of people want to say, oh, but it was so hard. He was so sick. And the thing that I don't know how to communicate really in that moment usually is, it was such a tragic gift in a way because you did not have time to be bored or worry about what you didn't have. When Michael and I were going through some of the hardest times, it was so simple. It was really basic, and sometimes that simplicity was magic. You woke up, you worried about what mattered, and you were so grateful for what you had. We were together, and we had hope. And it's something that will never leave.
Welcome back to Today Talks and our exclusive content you can only see here on Today All Day.
You know what I'm sensing from that chair?
What are you sensing?
A little gloating. A little, yay, look what I did. Yay,
my
America believes with me.
So comfortable and just right on point. Do you know what I mean?
By the way, I got to say, we had a lot of fun and beautiful. It was a beautiful show. It had all sorts of wonderful parts to it. A lot of But I was just thinking about Sara Blakely calling in this morning, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Wasn't it fun to have her call in?
Do you remember when Kathy Lee said she was the one who founded Spanx?
Oh, Kathy Lee tried to say that she started the internet?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
no. She said that one day on her show, she told everybody that she took her pantyhose and cut out the feet.
Oh, she created
And
Spanx.
so, but she didn't run with it. That was a whole thing.
I mean, Sara Blakely is
brilliant,
incredible. And the truth is, you know, in the 80s and 90s, moms wore girdles.
Yeah.
And I remember I once borrowed my mom's girdle when I was like sad, when I was a little bit larger and I was going to a dance or something. I was too young to wear a girdle, but I wore one. And that was the birth of the Spank. But then Sara Blakely took that girdle and modernized it.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that you could live without those now it's such a thing, and apparently America thinks that they make fine underwear just like that.
Well, because that's really what they are. And Sara Blakely came on our show today, and don't you love when our producers surprise us?
By the way, it's not so easy to surprise us because here's the thing, for us to go from our meeting to the show, in between there are lots of papers that get delivered to us. Sometimes you get one that you're not supposed to get that has the secret surprise. Sometimes you walk in and you'll hear a crew member say, is she going to be by remote? And you're like, who's
by remote?
Or you look in the prompter and it's not supposed to be in it. And you go, oh, there are 15 ways to blow a surprise accidentally in 5 seconds.
I kind of feel like you and I are the type that...
We're hunting.
Yeah, we
want to
find
know.
that we sniff things out that we should know.
Because someone will say, oh, is she coming live? And then everyone will go like, huh? And you're like, who is it?
But do you know that I have this problem, and I've had it since I was a little girl, that my expectations
you think something big
are
is
huge. So for
like what?
For example, when we were little kids going to bed and Barbara and I shared a room and we were going to sleep, I'm like, tomorrow's Valentine's Day and we're going to wake up and there's going to be a heart that says, good morning, tomorrow you get your ears pierced. And like, no, it was like one chocolate rose, you know? But so the other day I was walking upstairs and the TV screen, there was Sydney and I think Dave or Zach practicing for something, and behind them was the graphic of the Count from Bridgerton, Reggie.
So you thought?
So I thought
he was coming
that
on.
he was coming on to surprise us, and I walked in. I go, and I said to whoever, I go, looks like we busted them in that surprise. Well, that wasn't
it. I know there are things when you overblow it when you're like, and it's my birthday. Oh, there's a cake in your kid, which is nothing wrong with that.
We want a cake and we want a kid,
of course we do.
Sometimes you think that there's going to be like a trip to the Caribbean. Never happens that way.
But happy birthday, and here's your card.
It's like maybe lower your expectations, and that's why today we really didn't know, and what a cool surprise to have Sara Blakely pop in.
I thought that was cool. Our producers are great. All right, that's going to do it for this fascinating and riveting episode of Today Talks. Keep watching more Today all day.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.